What's poppin', Rockstars? My name is MT, and when episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier dropped, so did Bucky's arm and a couple of Bucky's tears. And all this droppings were courtesy of Ayo of the Dora Milaje. We learned that 6 years prior to the show, Ayo had spent a good amount of time working with Bucky to remove all that annoying Nazi nonsense in his noggin. But it wasn't just some regular counselor-client relationship like the one Bucky has with Dr. Touch Thighs with your black bestie Raynor. Not sure what that's about, but okay. Oh no, it is quite clear that these two have a deep history together, specifically the history of Bucky's time as Wakanda's White Wolf. Which begs the question, what was the secret history between Bucky and Ayo anyway? I mean, Ayo seemed pretty damn upset at Bucky for playing Zemo Man Far From Home with the very same dude who blew T'Chunks out of T'Chaka at the UN in Civil War. She even says, "Bast damn you, James," after hitting Control-Alt-Delete on Bucky's arm. And Bast is of course the well-revered Panther god of Wakanda. And I don't know if any of you guys have gone to a Wakandan Sunday school, but thou shalt not use the name of cats in vain is literally the first of the 10 Bast commandments. So that's how you know that this Grace Jones looking chick is pissed as hell. But I bet you Ayo would be even more pissed if she saw you guys wearing these sweet ass Puppet Master shirts that we have for you at newrockstarsmerch.com. It's got Zemo playing with Sam and Bucky like they were in sync in the year 2000. It's great, go get it. But anyways, I need you all to keep in mind that Bucky spent a full 2 years in Wakanda between the events of Civil War and Infinity War. And while I'm sure it's nice to think that he spent all of that time discovering what seasoned food tastes like, you don't earn the name White Wolf just by feeding cows with little black children that watch you while you sleep. The title of White Wolf was actually held by a member of extreme importance to the continued safety and security of Wakanda in the Marvel Comics. A Caucasian Wakandan by the name of Hunter, no last name provided, because if you're the only white guy in Wakanda, you kind of don't need a last name. Graciously taken in by King T'Chaka after a plane crash near Wakanda killed both of his parents, over the course of Hunter's life, he would engross himself deeply within the culture of Wakanda and eventually become the leader of the Hatat Zeraze, Wakanda's Dogs of War. The Hatat Zeraze served as Wakanda's CIA/secret police that dealt with anti-Wakandan shenanigans at home and abroad. Like, if your ass all the way in Seattle was even thinking about plotting to steal any one of Wakanda's many vibranium rocks to add to your rock collection, knock knock, who's there? It's the Hatat Zeraze. And we do get a glimpse of the War Dogs of Wakanda in the MCU with Secret Agent Nakia, as well as a flashback sequence between Njobu and fake friend Zuri at the beginning of Black Panther, the cinematic experience. Also, you gotta remember that Wakabi did allude to War Dog spies hiding out in London, New York, and Hong Kong that are ready to go at a moment's notice. Just say the word, just say it. Now, given that Bucky now holds the title of White Wolf within the MCU, as well as this newly implied past connection with Ayo that I do not believe is romantic whatsoever, so please put the fanfiction pen down for like 5 minutes, good God. I think Bucky may not have been the White Wolf in name alone. I believe that Wakanda, in their great wisdom, took advantage of Bucky's unique particular set of skills and had him work closely with Ayo, Nakia, and the rest of Wakanda's war dogs to defend Wakanda's interests from those who are malicious and find Wakandan resources delicious. And if you think about it, this makes sense because A, Wakanda isn't a black bed and breakfast, and Bucky probably had to do something to repay for all of Wakanda's healing and hospitality. B, sending Bucky on missions outside of the country is a great way to keep him out of Wakanda as much as possible until they can learn to trust him. And C, at the end of Black Panther, T'Challa exposes the true face of Wakanda on the world stage at the United Nations. So now everybody in the world knows that this tiny African nation is the most advanced and richest nation in the entire Milky Way galaxy, which now opens Wakanda up to a whole new host of problems. But before I get into all that, heads up gang, now I know that you guys have probably heard us talk about Helix mattresses, how great they are, how they're selected to fit your specific sleep needs, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. But I bring you good news because our friends at Helix have done what humanity thought was previously impossible and has started making sofas for your butt. Helix just launched a new company called Allform, and they're making the most awesome sofas ever. Allform lets you customize a sofa using premium materials at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. You can pick a fabric, you can pick the color of the legs, the sofa size, and the shape to fit you and your home. It's super convenient. They've got everything from armchairs to 8-seat seat sectionals, which are great for a big family movie night, or if you're a single person like me, a great place to put all your action figures for a long and thoughtful discussion. You do that too, right? Oh, it's just me? All Form sofas are delivered directly to your door with fast and free shipping. They'll get you your custom furniture in 3 to 7 days, and you can assemble it without any tools required. That's right, you don't even need your tool of an uncle to show up and help you out. It's that easy. And what's great is that you get 100 days to decide if you want to keep it. And if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund. And they even offer a forever warranty. Like literally forever. Like, do you know how many years are in forever? Me neither, but it's gotta be at least 12. To find your perfect sofa, check out allform.com/newrockstars. And Allform is offering 20% off of all orders for our audience at allform.com/newrockstars. Allform, go help out your butt. But anyways, yes, while this did set up Wakanda to start making more sovereign foreign allies abroad, this move also puts an even bigger target on Wakanda's back. Because you gotta remember, kids, Claw was one of the few people alive that even knew the real deal behind Wakanda, and that motherfucker went cuckoo for Wakanda's Cocoa Puffs. So imagine that times several 100,000. Now that the entire Earth can now smell what Wakanda is cooking, T'Challa's plate just got a lot more fuller, dealing with a ton of new hostile forces looking to either harm the royal family or five-finger discount all of Wakanda's hard-earned shit. And this has pretty much been Wakanda's curse in the comics since the days of Bashenga, the first Black Panther, and the beginnings of Wakanda in general. And remember that Rhodey is also about to deal with his own set of greedy fingers looking to steal Tony Stark's Iron Man technology in Armor Wars on Disney+. So it's easy to see that the world of the MCU has a proven thirst for technological advancement by any means possible. And while T'Challa has been known to deal with threats to Wakanda himself as Black Panther, he now has to navigate the world more so as a king rather than the weapon that he is. Because if a king is caught breaking rules and murdering fools on foreign soil for the good of Wakanda, that could still jeopardize Wakanda's perception on the world stage and put T'Challa's vision for a unified world at risk as well. So what does T'Challa do instead? He lets the dogs out. And uses this as an opportunity for Bucky to prove himself loyal to the Wakandan throne by having Nakia and Ayo use him as part of the War Dog's counter-espionage efforts. With Shuri, of course, playing the role as the girl in the chair.
Guy in the chair.
Which opens the door for a sick-ass international spy series within the MCU that I would like to call The White Wolf and the War Dogs of Wakanda. A series where the three of them team up and sneak around with various Wakandan sleeper agents around the globe. And this is where we see Ayo's perception of Bucky go from one of distrust to that of a fellow arm of the king as Wakanda's White Wolf. And also where Bucky picks up some cool new sneak stealth techniques that Sam teases him for in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Little time in Wakanda and you come out
White Panther. It's actually White Wolf.
Huh?
And I personally like to think that Bucky was gradually rewarded with slightly upgraded prosthetics with every successful mission. Like, he would start off with a completely white, non-vibranium metal arm that was significantly weaker than his original Winter Soldier arm, and then, as he proved himself more and more valuable and worthy, Shuri and Ayo would gradually provide the White Wolf with stronger white metal arms until finally he is awarded that black vibranium arm that we see presented to him in Infinity War to symbolize Bucky's full acceptance into the community and that this white is truly down with the brown. However, at this point during his rehabilitation, the Winter Soldier is still gonna Winter Soldier. And during one of their missions together, it is highly likely that Bucky briefly reverts back to his ruthless ways to get the job done despite not even being activated. And while this may prove beneficial to Wakanda because the mission would have been completed technically, Wakanda has always been about stopping problems before they even start. So I can see T'Challa's wisdom leading him to have Shuri install the very same failsafe that we see Ayo implement in episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But anyways, getting to explore more of the inner workings of Wakanda's intelligence agency would not only be an amazing way to get a better idea of the threats that neighbor Wakanda's borders, threats like the hostile country of Uganda in the comics, but Bucky's past as the White Wolf could also help plant the seeds for Namor's subaquatic nation of Atlantis as Atlantis ends up becoming one of Wakanda's greatest political foes. So much so that their beef eventually evolves into the craziest all-out war in the comics. Like, Namor does not come to the surface to f around. Well, unless it's with Mr. Fantastic's wife. Haha! Got him! And like I said before, Wakanda has always been about stopping problems before they start. So if anyone is going to be the first to discover and interact with Atlantis, it's probably going to be the war dogs of Wakanda. And good God, is some shit going to go down after this. This all being said, there are definitely some deeper threads that connect to the reactions that Ayo and Bucky have after Ayo turns Bucky into Marvel's very own arm fall off boy. Bucky feels absolutely betrayed that his Wakandan war sister would know of a secret eject switch that Wakanda installed into his arm and not tell him about it. And Ayo feels even more betrayed that Bucky would attempt to have any dealings, let alone free King T'Chaka's murderer, despite knowing how much of a threat Zemo could actually be to their king, because if you remember, Black Panther is also a super soldier. Protecting Wakanda is the war dog's prime directive, and their former war dog betrayed the pack. And this is why I believe Ayo doesn't refer to Bucky as the White Wolf when she says, "Bas damn you, James," because she just doesn't believe that his current actions align with his past loyalties to the Wakandan throne. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that there's a deeper connection between Ayo and Bucky that we have yet to see on screen? Let us know in the comments. And of course, support this channel by checking out our new Falcon and the Winter Soldier inspired Puppet Master shirt at newrockstarsmerch.com. And of course, you can find me on Twitter at Mastertainment. You can follow New Rockstars anywhere that we are on the internet. And subscribe to New Rockstars on YouTube and hit that notification bell so you can get all of our cool notifications whenever we upload new cool videos like Fitness Origins, where Eric and Tommy Bechtold and Philip Molina do fitness challenges. It's all Marvel themed challenges. Check it out. My name is MT and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are wonderful and stay safe.